Okay. I look in the mirror, my reflection, a bag of money. What? I look in the
new cut, who this, boy? I had a haircut in like 2 months. I'm feeling fresh as fuck, boy. Y'all see this line on? You know, I said, this is why I don't cheat on my barber. You see this? You see this? You see this? Yeah. Ayo, but for real, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It is Cody Fairweather here, and you know we are here to maximize the internet, maximize our minds, leverage the internet, leverage our minds. I haven't quite gotten the catchphrase down yet, but that's okay, as long as you know what we're here for. And what I have to share with you today is not my first new cut, but I just went through such an annoying experience. I'm still in it, really, technically. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is the 3 keys to really winning in e-commerce. And I realized this as I was getting annoyed through this experience. I really broke it down into, like, if you have these 3 things, very simple concepts, then you can be very successful in the online space of business, okay? Especially product fulfillment. So let me start with sharing you the story of what I'm kind of going through now, what I've been going through, so you can kind of get an idea of where this is coming from. And then we're just gonna break it down into the 3 keys. Just do me a favor, a quick favor before we start. Just go ahead and like this video. It does help me grow on YouTube, which is the goal here, to grow, because obviously it helps me financially as another stream of income. And it also allows me to live out my gifts and give my gifts and knowledge to the world. So it's a win-win for you and for me. So it means a lot when you like videos for me. Thanks. So let's get into the story, right? So basically, and I'm not gonna say the name, brand name, or the product, because I don't ever want to put somebody on blast. I just want to make kind of, I learn from situations, and I want to pass that learning on to others. So basically, it's Thursday now, right? So not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that, I ordered a product online because this is something that I've been wanting for a while, and it was kind of hard to find, and I finally found what was right for me. So, you know, I was excited to order this product. I mean, it's been on my want list for some months now. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Finally, let me just get it, right? So I ordered the product, and it's like, boom. It sends me order confirmation, we'll email you when it's ready to ship. Oh, good. I'm like, cool. Monday comes, no shipment email. I'm like, okay, you know, the weekend, blah, 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 blah. They might like ship on Wednesdays or something like that. So I'm like, okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'm like, okay, the product still hasn't shipped yet. So I go ahead and find them on social media. I find their brand name, right? Because I'd only found this brand on the internet when I was just doing Google searches, right? I didn't find them through social media. So I went to go find them on social media. And I start to get scared because I see that they haven't posted since September. It is now officially, right now in the recording this video, it's November, but then it's the end of October. So I was like, okay, you haven't really posted in a while. Like, are you still in business? So I messaged them, no reply. I emailed them, no reply. They have a phone number on there, I call them, no reply. And you know what, I'm like, okay, this is not like some big corporation that shut down. This is a small business owner. Like, it's just one person running it. So I'm like, okay, it can be overwhelming. Maybe they work a full-time job, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get the benefit of the doubt because I understand the back end. I wait days, no reply on any of my forms of contact, right? Still hasn't shipped out yet. And I'm just like, okay, it's been like over a week now. And I come to find out, this person is operated out of the same city I'm in. So any day they ship it, it's gonna be delivered to me the same day or the next day, depending on what time they deliver it to the post office. So I'm like, okay. Finally, this business owner replies to my email and says, like, hey, I'm gonna ship your order out today, or you can come and pick it up if you want. I live in this area, right? And I'm like, oh, perfect, because you're actually closer, you're pretty close to my house. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool, I'll just pick it up. that we don't have to worry about shipping it, right? Because I'm thinking she gonna have to pay to print out the shipping label. She gonna, like, I could save her some money, and I can just, you know, I've been waiting to get this. So, like, I'm excited. I'm like, I'll pick it up. So I tell them that, and no reply. I'm like, wow, this customer service is trash. Because the whole day I'm looking for this email back. I'm like, okay, the fuck? So next day, what happens? Which is yesterday now. So yesterday, I'm like, okay, like, let me see, whatever, like, what's up? I'm like getting annoyed. I'm already annoyed, but I'm getting more annoyed. And I'm just like, okay. So finally, like 10, 11 a.m., your order is being shipped. Like, I got a official notification. So they ignored my email that says I was gonna come pick it up. So they completely ignored that, didn't acknowledge that, made the shipping label anyway, said your order's gonna be shipped. I'm like, okay, cool, I have it in like a day or two. So later on that night, I'm looking, I'm like, okay, when I go to the tracking thing, it says that only the label was created, but the post office facility has not received the package to ship out yet. So I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, they turned it in late, so they'll ship out today, right? I go in, I wake up this morning, it's almost midday now. It has not shipped out. It has not even gotten to the facility to be processed by the post office. And I'm like, what is going on here? There are so many problems with this. And I want you guys to really pay attention to this. The lack of customer service is impeccable. Like, I have never seen such a lack of customer service. And that really, through that frustration, brought me to understand, because you know I'm always thinking from both perspectives. I'm thinking, I'm learning about the producing side from the consuming side. And I'm always gonna be a consumer. I can't change that, no matter how much I produce or help producers. Like, I buy shirts, so I buy, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm frustrated as a consumer, and I'm just like, okay. It really comes down to three things. If you want to win at e-commerce, it comes down to these three things: communication, solutions, and distribution. So let me break each one of those down. Communication, that is everything that has to do with communicating with your customer. So that's customer service, so solving customer issues and answering questions. That is how you interact with your customer at any point of contact. So that means an email, on your website, on your social media, if you're running SMS or ManyChat. That communication is not just customer service, although that's a big part, but it's like, how do you speak to your customer? How do you speak to the people that want to be customers? How do you speak to the people that are existing customers? How do you portray yourself? How do you solve problems? Communication. Every great relationship needs great communication. It doesn't matter what type of relationship it is, and you need to apply that same logic, that same type of thinking, that same development in your business, because the relationship you're harboring is between your business and your customer. See, my experience, that business is not harboring a good relationship with me at all, because they completely lack communication. And when I've attempted communication, they don't give a fuck. So it's like, I'm not being heard. I'm not getting my product, like, there's no communication. And so I want an important factor on this, because you do have to acknowledge the small business owners. You do have to acknowledge handmade products. You do have to acknowledge, you know, different things, right? Or you don't, but I like to. Let's say their business model is, okay, I receive the order and then I make it, and then I order it and then ship it out when I get it. Where is this gap in communication all these days? You should still be communicating with me. First of all, me as a consumer, I shouldn't have to initiate conversation with the brand after I've ordered, because you should have some post-purchase communication going on to keep the customer engaged and recognize that and acknowledge that, okay, we've received you as a customer, and still here, enter our brand atmosphere, enter our environment. This is what we're about. This is what we do. You can find us on social media here, blah, 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 things like that, right? But even if I am the first to initiate the conversation, right? Why are you not replying within 24 hours? Matter of fact, not even just within 20. Why are you taking days to reply? Why are you not acknowledging my problems? I'm shipping it out today. It's not, no. Like, the fuck? Like, you set this expectation, it's way beyond that, and you don't want to address anything? No, communication, guys. Don't make these mistakes. Learn from what you experience, but also learn from, like, I'm seeing people make mistakes in front of me, and it's like, no, like, you communicate. Like, let's say it's handmade, right? Which I think is the scenario in this, right? It's handmade. So you make it when it's ordered, right? That way you don't have too much work to do because maybe you got a full-time job or some shit. Let the person know, hey, shipping, processing time is 7 to 10 days because our products are handmade and blah, blah, blah. You know what? That'll actually elevate the customer experience because they're like, oh, snap. Like, they are making my thing right now just for me. It makes them feel special. You know what I'm saying? Communication is key. Your presence on social media, right? Social, that's communication. That's entirely based on you communicating with a communicate, right? That is you communicating with an online community. You're all in the same space, sharing media, right? So, your presence on social media. If you're not active for some months and I go to your social media and see that, you know what I think? They're out of business. I just got scammed. I need to call my bank and get my money back. That's not what your customers should be going through. If you're shutting down, say it on social media. Or keep up with social media posts if you're still open. It's not that hard. You just gotta take a picture. Don't overcomplicate it. So communication, that's number one. Number two, solutions. Listen, you can make a business out of anything. I know that much. But if you want to make a long-lasting, successful, scalable business, you got to be solving some sort of problem or filling an immense desire. Okay, so like fidget spinners, right? For example, fidget spinners solve no problem and don't feel any immense desire, right? The most they could possibly conjure up was it helps with, attention deficit disorder. But we all knew that that was mostly a load of shit just to sell the product, right? So a lot of people made a lot of money off of that. But how long did it last? 5-6 months? What you gonna do with that? You can't make a career out of that. You can't feed your family for a lifetime out of that. You can't build something empirical out of that. That's seasonal. I don't like to do seasonal business. Okay? So if you're gonna create a successful business, make sure that shit can last. You do that by solving problems. Okay, like look at this. I'm using a ring light, right? What is the problem that is solving? Okay, there are tons of people in an age of content creation that want to have a good lighting setup and have good lighting without paying thousands of dollars on like studio lights and sound protection and like you want everybody to be buying box lights and all this stuff. Like, no, let's create a solution for this. That's the ring light. And so how long have they been selling? They've been selling since, I don't know when, since I was younger, since I was a young teenager, they've been selling ring lights. And it's gonna stay that way because they're solving a solution and they're making them better. So you know what I'm saying? That goes beyond seasons. Feel an immense desire. What is an immense desire? McDonald's. They're not filling a necessity, which is food. They're filling the desire for convenience of food. So they got drive-thrus, quick and easy, dollar menu, yep. You know what I'm saying? They're offering convenience. So solve a problem or fill an immense desire, okay? That's major. That is like the core of everything. That's probably the most important one. And the others are also right up there with it, but like you gotta do this first. So the third one, distribution. You can't grow an e-commerce business if you can't distribute your product, right? And that can be wide distribution or deep distribution. So let's go through the difference, right? Wide distribution, okay, I can sell my product to a bunch of people. Deep distribution, I can sell my product to a core circle of people and just continue selling them more products down and dig deep, right? So you can get money out of as many people as you can, which is wide, or you can get as much money out of a few people as you can, right? And both ways can work, right? And you really get the sweet sauce when you can combine them both. You have to be able to distribute your product, okay? So what would you do to combine them both? Let's say you would have a store that has low ticket items and high ticket items. You get people in on the low ticket, that's your wide, and then your committed customers buy the high ticket items, and that's the deep. And that's how you really maximize the cash flow. But when you're thinking about how do I make this successful, you have to think about, okay, be realistic with yourself. Is everybody really for this product? Is this product really that adaptable? And most of the times the answer is no. Like, it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Ring lights, it's not for everybody, right? It is, anybody can use it, but it's really for people that are doing what I'm doing, recording videos, right? Taking pictures, right? And people that want a certain type of quality, which is going to be a certain subsection of people, right? Everybody takes selfies, but not everybody desires the same quality or will go the extra step to get that quality. So that's gonna be a smaller market. Whereas going wide, right, is like an iPhone, like what I'm using to record now. It's like, okay, we're gonna put a bunch of things in here so that any and everybody can have this and will want this, right? It's gonna be a cell phone, it's going to be a camera, it's going to be a computer. And we're gonna put that all together, and now it's for everybody. It's for absolutely everybody, right? So distribution is super important. Are you able to distribute your product? Are you able to distribute your product in a timely manner? And then that ties in with communication. Are you able to communicate with your customer about the distribution of your product, right? Whether you're doing pre-orders, or it takes a while to order, you're doing drop shipping, or it's handmade, or you got delays because of COVID, or it's international shipping, so it takes longer than what you typically set expectations for. You have to be able to communicate what's going on with that distribution, right? And then you have to be distributing a desirable product or a product that, you know, fills the gap for people, a solution. And you have to be able to communicate that solution to people for them to understand why it fills their solution and why it's different than other things on the market and why they should buy from you. So it all works together, but I just had that realization in the midst of my frustration, because it's like, yo, this person does not know how to run a successful e-commerce business. They're not communicating at all, not even a little bit. Their distribution, trash. Their product, we'll see if I ever get it. But it's like, you know, I'm just here, like, I'm frustrated, but I'm here to like help y'all win. And I think I just kind of threw this lesson together, but I hope it communicated to you, because like, that's that bullshit that you shouldn't be on. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping 100 with you every time. That's the bullshit you shouldn't be on. Communicate with your customers. Number one key. You know what I'm saying? Do these things, you're gonna find success in your e-commerce business. Figure out how to communicate. Read books on communication. See, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna extend this a little bit. It's already been a long video, but look, read books on communication. Stop worrying about all these fucking strategies and shit to grow your business and what hashtags you can use and all this and this and that. No, work on the person that runs the business. You work on the person that runs the business, and your business will follow your growth. Okay? You develop as an individual and your business follows that, because your business is just an extension of you. So work on yourself first. Read books on communication. Become a better communicator. Do your research on how the fuck to distribute your product in a timely manner. Make distributing your product a priority. Why was the shipping label created 2 days ago and it still hasn't arrived at a facility? You can drop it off at any time. You gotta do these things to be successful in e-commerce. You gotta do these things to be successful in any business. Matter of fact, it just takes a different notes, different flavors. So if you learned something from this video, if you got inspired by this video, then go ahead and like it, comment, and subscribe to your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I really do put in the work to learn these things, to implement these things, to observe, and then bring it back to you guys so that you can have a better experience as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and, you know, really grow and maximize your mind and really leverage the internet. You know what I'm saying? So peace out. I'll see you on the next video.
Reality ain't what we see, reality is what we think. Manifesting in my dreams, I'm reaching out to bigger things. I want a Rolls Royce, drive a panoramic, Bull guard when I'm in traffic. Forget that, I don't wanna wreck. Work too hard for this blessing.